Welcome to my channel, and let's have a look at coloring book which officially won a title of the worst coloring book in my collection. If you follow me, you probably know that my book collection is actually huge, so this title means something. Well, this book has a story behind. I was contacted by a lovely lady, my subscriber, who offered me that maybe during Mermay, maybe I want to color new book colored by Ocean of Wonders. I didn't know anything about this book, and probably my lovely subscriber Margaret also saw only cover, and of course we both fall in love with this cover, and I said, yeah, sure, such a beautiful book, I would love to color it during Mermay, anything about ocean, and especially with such beautiful picture in Art Nouveau, even Alphonse Mucha inspired style, that's perfectly for me. So she sent me a gift card. I purchased myself this book via Amazon to be delivered to Ukraine, and I was in such a high expectations, like I discovered a new artist, such a new book, I will spend amazing time with it in May. Finally it arrived, and well, first I was absolutely happy. So the book was created by someone like Emily Designs. Here we have all contacts. When I just opened it and I saw that there are other titles by the same artist, especially A Journey in Oz and Adventures in Wonderland and many other books, both on Etsy and on Amazon. Again, I was extremely excited because I was thinking, like, even if I'm not a huge fan of grayscale, I can color it, and as they are my favorite themes, I would probably purchase these books also. And when I looked at the first page, still I was quite happy. Here book is printed on ivory color thin paper. I believe that it's Amazon printed, and it's grayscale. On the right side we have actual picture. On the back we have some kind of pattern. Of course I didn't intend to color pattern, so I looked only on the right side. The first picture is okay. When I ordered it, there was available couple of pictures in not so big size, and I think that was one of them, and it looked perfectly normal. But then when I started to look closer at this book, I realized that I can congratulate myself, and finally I have in my collection the first example of artificial intelligence book. So this book definitely wasn't created by a person, or with maybe person with very strange sense of humor, because if you look at the main elements, it's okay, but if you look at the secondary objects, they all are deformed. They are definitely weren't created by the artist, by the person. They weren't hand drawn. First pictures, when you don't look closer at some details of the seaweeds, of the flowers, leaves, when you just look at the fishes, that's okay. But then you notice that, for example, here we have a fish, behind it another tail without actual fish. Some elements of the background, like leaves, they are transformed into fishes. Some leaves are like maltransformed, they don't have particular shape. Maybe let me show you closer. On the left side we constantly have these very strange patterns, definitely also designed by some kind of crazy, artificial, stupid intellect, because what we have here, no one can understand it. But that part, it's not important for me. This part was important. Honestly, on the pictures, when you look on Amazon, I don't think that it's possible to notice such small details as I noticed when I got this book in real life. So look here, or look here. And here we just have a mess of something like leaves, something like flowers. Well, here again, strange shape of the dragon's body, but maybe that's for fantasy creatures, even if where is the tail, what we have here, or what elements we have here on the breast. Well, that's maybe not the worst thing. I can say that artificial intelligence learned how to do architectural pictures. At least architecture, it doesn't look so bad. Yeah, strange, like how this tower is attached to the base, or how those waves immediately go into stones and the base of the castle, but still, this one isn't the worst. Here I started to be more suspicious because again here we have like half of the fishes without tails, or some fishes which are flowing with their back on the bottom, and yeah, very strange tails without fishes. So maybe we need to attach this tail to this fish and it would look better. Another tail without something to attach to. It's just look disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. When you can see just parts of something that may be supposed to remind you about shells or other marine creatures, but it looks like just, I don't know, something after radiation. And here finally we have one of the beautiful princesses. Again, when you look at it on the screen, you notice her beautiful face and you even notice her normal hand, her beautiful hair. But when I look at it now closer, I can see that her second hand, it's totally misformed. So that's famous thing for artificial intelligence, that it can't draw normal hands. Probably the first hand was slightly changed by so-called artist Emily Design, but for the second hand she didn't find either time or skills to change this hand. So part of the design is good, but unfortunately lady has big problems with her hands. I even don't say anything about this strange dress. You can't recognize anything here. Are they plants or seaweeds or shells? No idea. Yes, the fault totally is mine because my head, recently it wasn't on its place. I constantly was distracted by some life problems, so I didn't find time to watch carefully reviews on Instagram, on YouTube. Probably it would help me. I fall totally in love with the cover, and I looked at a lady has some big social media presence. She has YouTube channels, she has Instagram account, so she's quite popular. I didn't expect such an ugly book. Well, here we simply have something here which absolutely you can't recognize apart from the couple of flowers. Well, shark was more fortunate, at least shark looks not so bad. What we have here, apart from one fish, I also don't know. But yeah, it was instructive for me to finally look myself why this artificial intelligence have to be banned from coloring community, because pictures, for me, they look disgusting. These parts of the crab, maybe it was fun to imagine that you can see through the body of the crab, but I don't want to think what has happened with this crab before he transformed into this shape. Well, anyway, let's look forward. Again, I think that was one of the pictures which I saw, and on display when I saw it, this photo, it was okay. Only now when I look at this strange maybe fish, but sitting on the bush, another fish transformed halfway into stone here, and then she has her hair here, so what she has beneath her body? Another part of her hair, her dress, I don't know. At least fortunately she has her hand covered by her body. That artificial intelligence managed to do. Another shark, and maybe you can color it like some kind of stained glass window behind. And another example of the fun ship. So look here, you know that usually on the old ships, in front of the ship, we have this long wooden thing. Somehow here they moved it to the right. What we have here on the back of the ship, I don't know. Another totally like messed in a random order. What we have here, what we have here, I don't know. It's like they grabbed parts of the ship, like thrown them, and well, it looks similar to ship, but not ship exactly. I am not even talking about very strange and ugly form of the clouds and something here between waves. Another very good example how you can recognize artificial intelligence. Look at this misformed ship, some fish, something going from her mouth and then transform into something around it. I will make bigger pictures for you in the end of this video, so if you can't see it here, I will make bigger pictures so you will see it yourself. I hope that it will be instructive for you also, because I don't think that we need to purchase such books and to support artists with our money, artists like this person. Even if this book wasn't based by stolen art, I don't know what prompts were used to create this art, what art sources, but definitely if you want to sell such a book and if you have at least some thoughts about your customers, you can clean the ugliest parts like that misformed hands. So you can use this as a base, but you can slightly improve it. Because in this form it looks disgusting, like she didn't have spent any time at making it slightly better. Okay, look here. Can you recognize at least something here? I think that it was supposed to be like crate full of seashells or other treasures, but I can't recognize anything here. Again, everything is misformed, transformed, crazy, and for me it just have very, I don't know, disgusting feeling. All these things here, part of the shelf of sea creatures again put into stone. Well, I think that the only time she spent, maybe she changed a couple of hands and foots. At least they look so good here. Well, that's simply boring. And another perfect example, here we have octopus, and from the first sight it looks not so bad, but look here. It lost part of the body. Maybe someone consider it's fun, but for me again it's another very good reminder to myself that now we have to be very careful when we purchase books from the new artist. If I want to be if I am not in Ukraine and if I can return this book to Amazon, I would do it. Of course, it's not possible because you imagine this travel of the book through the ocean. So I simply left a bad review and I intend to spread info about such ugly books as much as I can. I think that we need to support artists who create books with their soul, with their own hands and skills. It doesn't matter, do they draw them on the paper or do they do it on some software, but at least they do it without they do it maybe on using planchettes or notebooks, but they draw them themselves. And yeah, we need to be very careful because these books, they are deceptive. This look like a normal picture, maybe some shells. What we have here, maybe some berries, some plants. I don't know, and I believe that artist behind this book, or author behind this book, also doesn't know what they are. All these creatures, all these elements. Another very good example is of artificial intelligence. I saw it many times in such books, is when we have botanical composition. Very often something is growing from the central part of the flower. You know that it's not normal in real life, so it's, look here, something misformed. All the things are growing from the flowers here. A very good sign where you can recognize this artificial intelligence. So I promise myself that I will support only artists which I already know. I will follow their social media, and I will purchase only books where I am quite sure in its origins. Another thing, what we have here on the sky, I think that maybe it's kind of witch, sea witch, because something here, why this so-called artist couldn't delete it simply, I don't know. Turtles look okay, everything else on the background which you don't notice on the first sight when you quickly look on the Amazon page, you don't notice such things. You notice only normal turtles. And that's why I call this book a deception and the ugliest in my collection. Well, some of the pictures, they can be saved if I would want to color it. Here we just have this strange element here. Ship look more or less okay. And if I would have better feeling towards this book, even such pictures which are not exactly exciting, like just wave and ship, I would happily color them. But now when I have this very hostile feeling toward the artist, I don't know even if I can call her artist. Well, another perfect example, look at her hand. She has only 3 fingers, and she does something like Volcano salute from Star Trek. Poor girl, just 3 fingers. And yeah, it wasn't totally possible for the author to change her slightly. It would be a better picture. But still. Okay, I stop to complain. Just look at these stupid flowers. I don't know why they are. And part of the flowers flowing somewhere on the sky. It's just like dirt on the background. Well, I'm not disappointed, and I'm still very grateful to Margaret for offering me to color this book. We both didn't know anything about origins or details about this book, so it was instructive for both of us. Again, such a mess. Here we have octopus, but also parts of something undescribable, part of the flower. Here again some strange circles and curves. Look at the ship, which also has kind of, I don't know, branch here. Well, even my crazy imagination can't explain all this mess of parts of the elements which she put here on the pictures. I think that when you publish a book with elements like this one, where it's absolutely not possible to recognize, you also deserve to have a fame of the cheater. And I don't know if someone wants to support such art. That's definitely not me. Look at the dolphins. Dolphins look okay, but what we have here? Leaves, clouds, part of the waves. Well. Good thing that I didn't order more of her books before I actually looked closer at the first one. Well, at least this one is not so bad. Maybe for fun I would color it, again just to spread info about how bad is the works from this illustrator. Well, another poor creature. When you look at this page, what do you see? You see her beautiful face. But when you look closer, we have fish growing from her hair. She has something very unpleasant on her arm and hand. I think that she needs to go to the doctor. And another thing here, maybe she is covering her breast with part of the shell, but well, still, for me it looks disgusting. Sorry guys, you know that I always try to be very optimistic about all of my books, but this one definitely triggered me because, again, it's a deception with beautiful cover. On the cover we don't have such big problems, but what we have inside, it's just cheating. And this person definitely don't care about her customers. As I said, I was ready to purchase almost all of her books when I looked at the cover. Now I am in the same mood to invite everyone not to purchase anything from this source. Well, I hope that you had some fun together with me. I would put some bigger pictures in the end of this video. I'm still grateful to Margaret for offering me this gift. I am quite thoughtful what now I would do with this book. Anyway, I hope that now you and I also, that we all will be more careful with our new coloring books, and that we will support artists which we already know and who deserve to be supported, not to be cheated by such creators as this Emily Designs. Well, I hope to see you very soon with one of my normal books, and we will color beautiful mermaids, not these disgusting creatures.